We have a very dark history of commentating events and things happening to us. I'm hoping
it's upon us. It has happened. The field has evolved just ever
stay
so
like
slightly.
That. Crack on the floor, please. Oh boy. Okay, so looking at this bus path here, right? It's going from northeast down to southwest, right over Wailing Woods. That is an area that I certainly want to put eyes on because we know some players are going to be dropping in the forest with trees.
Yeah. We talk about Cease, we talk about 72. They have more players in the area. They're not just going to be a two-man. It's 4 players here. Take a look at the block. How's the block getting this much action? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players in the vicinity. We talked about the crack in the ground. There's a player by that llama. He looks like he's eyeing it over in that direction. And for everyone tuning in right now, this is solos, guys. Tilted Towers, equally contested at this moment.
I do got to mention our first blood already came out. Nick Merckx got an elimination on Sheep early on. Once again, make sure that you're checking it out on the Fortnite action feed. You can go to twitch.tv/Fortnite action feed to see who is dropping down first. And seems like also Nick Merckx is going to be out of action as well as we make our way to Tilted. So out of the break right away. And Aiden, always a person that you want to highlight because of the way that he plays. Game 1 Tilted Towers, I thought he was going to drop somewhere else.
I was going to say, he told us he was staying away. I think he's trying to fake out the competition to throw some people off guard, and I don't blame him. That's a good game plan here. All the players can hear him, right? He's not going to be there. Maybe they gain confidence.
Yeah, but there is I don't know, there is value in my mind dropping, elsewhere other than Tilted.
Here's what I will say. When was the last time you've seen this many players in Tilted Towers? The one time Aiden says, I got a new place I'm going to land. Boom. Everyone lands there. I say it is no coincidence. They probably thought they were going to get a free pass from Aiden.
Wow. I have to say that is quite impressive. Aiden is going to be taking some fire, though, and he's going to need to have to get that high ground. It's going to be Deuces right below him. As we go into Aiden's perspective, he's going to have that Rift to go, compact SMG, as well as the heavy AR. Redeploy. Stink Bomb is actually going to force him to have to go back now. And remember, folks, if you're watching for the first time, it's now in the game in the regular settings, but we're playing with the Siphon setting. So whenever you get the elimination, you have 50 HP that is going back into your person. So that is very good for some engagement, for some aggression. I've been seeing a lot of people talk about it online, how they feel. And it certainly has created some great moments. But Deuce is now also dealing with Slobbings, another Tilted regular. You can always rely on him to go to Tilted.
Yeah, Slobbins has really shown up lately. He's gone toe-to-toe with all these players here. I love what Aiden did there is talk about the disengage, trying to constantly favor his right camera angle, backing up, ready to lure players into a heavy shot. So Aiden does kind of squeak away here into the main building. It's just a standoff. Talk about the shots being fired. Slobbings came right away. That's what happens when there's this many players in a small, congested area like Tilted Towers. Yeah,
Deuces is going to back away, recognizing that it's not worth to try and chase that fight. Aiden also went into the same building where Deuces is. And I'm enjoying this competition because I know that there are a lot of great players out there that have been grinding out the pop-up cups. They've been going after just all of the opportunities that present themselves, like Winter Royale, that was completely open for everyone. And it's nice to see players that are not like your usual names. Yeah, you have your usual suspects here, right? Like your T-Food, 72 Hours, Bizzle, so on and so forth. But it's nice to see players that are really just, this is like their breakout moment. And if they're able to capitalize on it, be the one that picks up that victory royale, like that really just, that's a huge confidence booster, I think, for the entirety of the pro Fortnite community that is always out there grinding scrims, grinding those pop-ups.
Yeah, I mean, even yesterday when players found out who their duo counterpart was, you saw the excitement in some of these guys' faces, right? And just energy, demeanor. When they felt or found out they were being paired with some of the people they look up to in this community, it's got to feel good to come out and try and prove yourself with that player as well.
Yeah, but now there's no more looking up to them. Now it's about putting up or shut up, right? And here's a little replay here of Blind, who went up against Jay Young. Nicely done there. follows up, gets the elimination onto Jae Young, and sends him packing. You saw that Stormwing there as well. And then ends up having to, I think he may have thought like, hey, I just need to loot up. I need to get what I need to get here. You always want to play cautious in these solo competitions because you never know. Third party can come out of nowhere if the fight drags on for too long. Yeah,
I want to talk about Blind here. One of the players that, you know, just recently has been having a struggle in these competitions, but to see him kind of holding his own here is really great. But we got a standoff of Persecute and Povzy.
Povzy, he's waiting. Persecute is going to be turtled inside of there. You hear the changes, the edits, and just trying to get the angles. And you know, Povzy's making a lot of noise here, and I like this. He's going after the wall. There's no reason for that player to waste the materials. He doesn't have any more materials to boot. Povzy's going to back away, goes for the shot. Oh, but Persecute's going to be able to get out of there. Povzy needs to be careful. And there you hear the Stormwing firing, and I don't think he's going to see him from around the corner, and Povzy is going to eat that one. Well played there by Persecute. The Stormwing created a little bit of that audio, you know, nullification, and he just could not hear it. Potentially, anything could have happened in that particular scenario there. Povzy out of this. Now we're going to have Aiden once again meeting up Deuces here in Tilted Towers. They engaged initially. Deuces did have the high ground, and then Aiden decided to back away into the big building. Aiden now is going to be in this battle once again. Can't seem to get away from Deuces, who's been hot on his tail this entire time. And Aiden now is looking around, seeing where this player is going to be. And Deuces disengages all the way back, not opting to go for the fight quite yet.
It's a cat and mouse game between these two. Both of them, again, a really skilled player is always going to fight when they're most confident, and that's why you see these disengages and these engages. They want to set it up so it's picture-perfect clear when you take on these players. If you have a slight doubt, slight hesitation, you get out of there. And then there it is. Aiden's looking to just dip out, get to the zone now. The zone is all the way on the east here. Naga raining fire down on Germ.
Naga's going to have that high ground and a grenade launcher to boot. They will be trapped outside of the storm, though, so the fight's going to be taking place here. And this is good. So Naga uses that launch pad, just gets out of there, but he gets tagged and is now at 49-13. Oh, boy, this is not looking good for Naga. He needs to just continue to dip and dive out of this one as best he possibly can and stabilize for the time being. Still not going to be safe. Bear that in mind, and he doesn't have the heal, so he needs to get the elimination, or he just has to book it and get out of there. He does not have a lot of time to work with.
He knows he has to take this fight or go for the apples. It's like a decision that's going to alter the rest of this game here. Is he going to go for it? Campfire comes out. This is his final stance here.
That was his last opportunity, but he gets forced away from it because of the stink bomb, and that is so rough for Naga. And just getting tagged up, he would have been fine otherwise, but because he got tagged flying away, that put him in a really precarious position. That is unfortunate. But now we got Devious and Ronaldo here. Boy, this is just, the engagements have been very intense in match one, Monster.
Yes, they have. Every battle matters. And just like that, anything can happen here. Ronaldo looking to land his shot on Devious. He does have the advantageous position here. Just kind of hovering up over. He's going to take the pop shot. He lands one right there. Bye-bye. 48 shield from Devious.
And look at the bottom of the map there, right? There's a player right behind Ronaldo.
There's always players nearby. There are 81 players alive in his first solo match here.
Devious is going to continue to back away. He's throwing that wall down to just give himself some more, give himself some defense, right? He's creating that quote-unquote shielding for him, if you will, disengaging.
It's actually Kiwi who's nearby. You heard the shots. He kind of backed off here. Doesn't want any piece of this. These long circle rotations will force players to just play a little bit more passively. Kiwi going for the boost off on the ATK there. Bye-bye, he is gone.
Oh, and Ronaldo's going to eat a shot from the left side as he was going for the shots there on Kiwi Face, who was trying to just run away and use that boost that you had mentioned, Monster.
Yeah, Devious, you know, every shot matters. He's trying to just chip his opponent down. You know, it's still one of those things, though. He's got plenty of minis. Ronaldo's yesterday's champion, so his game sense is, it's up there, say the least. I wonder if he's going to look for the rotation of push here. Yeah, he's just trying to break line of sight. There it is. He's back to the Stormwing. He's probably going to get hit once here.
Well, I think there was actually some activity that was going on over there in where Devious was. Yeah, it looked like a player was trying to third-party that fight. Devious ended up getting tagged up, so he got distracted for the time being. So he's going to fly away from that.
Might have been a little saving grace there. Look at this. This rotation is insane, guys. So the map or the circle, the storm is pushing way southeast here.
Yeah, it's going to that Lonely Lodge area. There's Devious. Oh, boy. 78 players We're just in the second phase here, and it's about to close in some more. These players are going to have to start to push on further. There are a few bodies that are going to be lingering by Salty, by Dusty, Tomato Temple. Just a lot, and also that Storm Surge warning. We'll cover that in a second. For now, though, we did have some more Tilted Towers activity. Or actually, I stand corrected because it was Slobbings. I just assumed it was a Tilted, but it's actually going to be Slobbings here in the low ground against Grenades. Wow, just beamed him there with that blue pump. Goodbye. Now Aiden is going to be in a battle against Slobbings, and Slobbings is so low. This is a battle between two Tilted legends, and that is going to be the elimination, and Aiden will win that one out. He's just got to get through quickly enough. He's getting also shot third-partied as well, Monster.
He's gonna go for it. Oh! Roat lands the long shot there, 139 meters away. That's gonna be Roat's 4th elimination. If I'm not mistaken, that is
number 4.
Huge.
Boy, this has been intense. I love it. I love it. You could feel the tension in the room. Whereas like yesterday, I think a lot of players were really like, you know, there was a lot of the randomization kind of created a little bit of that fun atmosphere. There was still some money on the line, but this is $400,000, $60,000 for that first place prize. Game number 1, you really want to set that tone early on here.
Yeah, Golden, the stakes are so much higher this time around. Here's Lyrison looking for the rotation here. Does not want anything to do. I like what he's doing here. He's minimizing, you know, usage of materials. Just kind of going with a risky, free rotation through the center here. Sidekick so close by, but you know, he just doesn't quite glance in his direction. No. He's trying to get that center map for free right here. This is huge.
There are going to be 2 players inside of the lodge. And Lyrison hears this. He got the FPS. Another one right below. And he's just going to try and set up a little tower of defense here. Just keep himself going. CDK Flame will be low on HP. You see him just drifting away there. He has high shields, or full shields, I should say. So because of that, should be all right. Hopefully he gets a med kit or campfire. There's certainly a few around here that he could use to his benefit.
Oh, he's on top of Morg, actually. Morgan Ghoul here. And Lonely Lodge, 72 hours, not far behind. We have so many good players looking to compile right on top of one another.
I'm really liking this. And I just like, too, that Lyrison slowed things down, right? No need to get insane. You just want to wait to see where that next circle is going to go. You have a minute left, so you gotta create that tension there. And the Siren.
Yeah, we talked about Blind earlier, kind of just making a comeback here. Blind doing good so far. Siren, 200 damage dealt.
That's right. Did manage to pick up a point as well.
3 eliminations. Must have been some early game ones.
Pretty nice for Desiren. Germ on the free rotation. He's going to go for the shots there. And
he's not going to land anything. He's just going to chill out to the next zone.
Yeah, put the fear in him there, right?
Looks like there's a big old fight happening in retail right now. You can kind of see it off in the distance. Hopping over to retail, Roat, Snood, Frosty, Trigger.
Roat's at 5 eliminations now. He's having a big game. I would like to keep more eyes on him if he continues to go like this, because if that's the case, Roat could be going in the end game looking pretty.
He's knocking on big bonus territory here, guys. Hopping over to Roat, putting shots on Jo now, and Pate, who's right in front of him.
He's getting tagged up, gonna be dropped down to 23 shields and needs to disengage from that. Because of the fact that Stink Bomb, it kind of creates that cloud. It creates that cloud of smoke that's gonna force the players to have to just drop back. You don't want to stay inside of there, obviously. It's Stink Bomb.
Yeah, fun fact, Roat actually handled Aiden and Slobbings in this game so far. These controller warriors are getting taken out. Roat. All right, now he's looking to take on Triggy. There's only about 5 controller players here. If he takes all of them out in one game, what a legend. What a legend.
Right in front of him is going to be Triggy.
This is a big battle for Roat. Triggy wants no part of it.
Jumps on out of there. That storm is coming in, so
that's right.
Wise enough to just get out. Roat's going to use it as well. Get into that safe zone. Shots are coming in. You see that activity happen. That is very ambitious. Paytech was right above him there, and he does get control of that wall, and he's going to go for it. I like the aggression that we're seeing here out of Roat. Paytech goes in for the shot.
Ooh, it's a standoff. Who's gonna make the edit?
This is risky here, man. Roat, he's just turtling up, just waiting. He's waiting for that moment to push out so he can get more control. Get control of the walls that are going to be around there, but he gets tagged up, and Roat's going to go down by Paytech. That is unfortunate for him, but 5 eliminations in game 1. That's huge.
He let his guard down for 1 second, and Pate took control of the ceiling, made the quick edit, and dropped him right there. And that was all really to blame. That rocket that came in threw him off for a second there. That's the first elimination for Pate here, putting him in a good situation now health-wise. He's got so much heals, extra launch pad.
Yeah, it's been a good game so far. Very intense game in game 1, and there were a lot of moments that we did not catch. Luckily for us, we got Sundown standing by over at the analyst corner. Sundown, what you got?
Thank you so much, Golden Boy. We're going to hop right on in. J-Truth, you saw him yesterday with Wifo pushing McDongle, but McDongle's going to make him pay. Despite being down HP, close quarter combat, great 95 shots, stays with it, making sure it's tracking on top of it. Next, we're going to jump on over to Persecute with a cheeky little bloom play here. Look how he goes up from the low ground, comes right around it, makes sure he uses the Stormwing for cover, and pushes right in. 95 damage. Pobsy had no chance there. We're going to jump on over now to Aiden. Now, I want to stress here his patience. He could have taken the shot a number of times, but he wants to make sure he hit it. Waits, knows that player is looking for a shot, and there it is. The second the player paused, Aiden was there to capitalize. Veteran move from him. Now, speaking of veteran move, check Sean's awareness. Base Soldier is sitting on the 50 field, but Sean is going to use the Stinks. And Base Soldier, that one smells. You might want to get away from it. Stinks bypass shield. Great Elim heads-up play. Golden Boy, you were talking about it. He was on 5 Elims. Let's see how he got those 2 pets. Roat from the Winter Royales, someone we haven't seen before. Look at that shot, so precise on Slobbings, and he's not done yet. The tracking again. We saw Aiden earlier. He's going to get a piece of his own action. Roat picking it up there for the 4th Elim. He was able to get 5, 2 points early for him. That's solid for game 1, Golden Boy.
Yeah, indeed it is, man. Thank you so much, Sundown, for that. Also, just an update on where we are standings-wise. You got Roat, who has 2 points, those 5 eliminations. He's out of the game, but the only players that have points right now is the Siren and Aspect. They have 3 eliminations each. We have a lot of players, though, that are on the cusp of being able to pick up a few Elims, and I'm going to make sure I keep track of this as it builds on. There have been some great moments this game thus far, and Roat has to be happy with that performance in game number 1. But look at the congestion here of this Storm monster. So many players, 49, all fitting into this tight spot.
We haven't seen this many players alive in a while. That's what happens when you get the solo competition. It's only you and your decision making. You are going to be super passive. I can't tell you or can't stress how many Q&As we had with these players and said, what's your game plan? Play for endgame. So many of these guys want to make it to the endgame for that victory royale.
And when you think about this first moving circle and how the players, you're hoping that you're at the edge and that 50% of that circle is on your side. Fortunately for them, for guys like Aspect, for example, that are going to be all the way on the outside, they need to make that rotation, but a player's going to go right for the attack, and it's Fulmer. And Aspect's going to regroup here for the time being. Aspect does have a point.
I love that. Catches Sean. Trying to use the cone trick, sitting in the cone to catch Bizzle off guard, but now Sean's gonna get punished for that. And it's time to get on out of here, start making your way to this next zone. Love what he does here. He puts down pressure and then rotates. So there's no way Sean's gonna counterfire. Bizzle's obviously, distracted at this moment. This is game sense from Aspect here. He's going to make this zone rotation. I believe in it.
Bizzle was one of the players that we said were the favorites, someone to look out for in game number 1, and heck, maybe in the entirety of the solos competition. Aspect, though, getting tagged up on the left side, 54 shields left for him. Needs to just wait it out a second here, catch any of the potential stragglers, has a little bit of time to work with. Paytech, we saw a little while ago, picked up an elimination of his own. And Aspect, oh man, look at that. He's just going to use that launch pad, and that's going to allow him to just go right back into the safe zone. But he's got to pick a good spot here. He needs to be careful.
Yeah, Aspect was almost victim of the early rotation, where you kind of waste your materials, but his patience kind of plays off there, holding ground, catches that launch pad to get to the next zone, and the congestion is real now. There are over 30 players alive left in this first move in zone, and it's only going to start dropping now as the shots start raining in on players that are looking to make position here. Armand gets hit.
Yeah, and Armand, he's just going to have to back away from that one. Eats a shot there from that purple pump. Oh, boy, when you...
Dude, Aspect is on a hunt here.
Yeah, I mean, when you see how Aspect's playing, he's on the prowl. Man is on a mission.
That's another big heavy sniper shot there. The heavy sniper can break any wall in this game, and if you catch a player off guard with it, you're going to punish him. He almost took control of that wall there. Look, he's on the rotate again. He is on it here.
Trying to go after number 4. It's cool. Using that campfire, trying to regain health. And that campfire is also going to inform Aspect that he should be low. He's going to try and like put the pressure on him, but ends up getting that counter pressure. So now Aspect just has to get away from there. He does have a med kit, but he doesn't have any minis. He has nothing to give him the shields, and he's at 19 HP. Just needs to slow it down here, heal up, and wait this one out. But look at the carnage as it continues to ensue here. 29 players left as we go into our next circle. That's going to be northern of where they are currently. Over to Vinny. This was our underdog. He's got 2 eliminations.
Shot for Triggy right there. He lands his first elim. Vinny's on the pressure here, Golden.
Oh, and Vinny, he's ate those shots. He's at 21 HP, but he does have minis.
He has no mats.
He has no mats to work with. He needs to get something. He needs an elimination here and then go and collect the resources from the player that drops. But all these players are nowhere around him. Vinny is in a real tough spot here.
He absolutely has to connect.
Finds one in front of him. One. That's a huge one on the Frosty. That gives him a point, but Zextro's there on the cleanup.
Aspect somehow finds 2 more with a no health rotation. One of the gutsiest rotations we've seen. He prioritized positioning. Clearly the positioning paid off. Here he's sitting at 5 big eliminations. 20 players remain. No one's gotten a point for placement yet.
34 seconds until the storm starts moving again. Aspect has been a beast this game.
He is contesting the high ground.
Also, just want to give you an update as far as players concerned and where they are with eliminations. Armand has 5 eliminations. Tyler's picked up 3. Saf has 2, but Tyler is going to be out of the action. And here's
Aspect
Armand.
is moving so fluid right here. Armand on 5 eliminations. Any one of these guys can trigger a big bonus.
Good waterfall there. He's just going to disengage. Does have to eat some damage.
It's no heals, though.
He's hoping that someone gets a little overzealous and pushes him here. And then he can get that buyback on the HP. We're now down to 11 players.
1 more elimination for Aspect, and he's going to be able to trigger big bonus. He does have the lead on his zone here.
72 hours with the ultimate high ground up above.
And he can recycle as well.
Oh, Legendian, he was eating shots there as well. Legendian backs away, so Armand, Aspect on the screen to your right, but you see the overhead action as it continues to unfold. Legendian's going to be out. Sofa's going to be out too. Armand picks up the elimination. That's going to be number 6 for Armand.
There it is, our 2 players that need that big bonus on the next elim here.
Aspect is so intense because they're just scouting around, they're looking, they're waiting. And the fact that Armand still managed to stay in this one despite having no shields, that is massive. That is massive from 72 hours. Also, I need to highlight this, still continuing to roam that high ground. Aspect low on HP. Saf's going to be out. Aspect's going to be out of here. Now we're just down to the top 4. You got 72 hours. You got Armand. Can Armand be the player to come out on top? Player in front of him. He's going to be able to nail Ghoul with the shots there with that heavy AR. And it's going to be a 1v1 now.
And he landed his shot. He's looking to take him off this high ground here.
Oh!
And he doesn't. It's 72 hours who falls down and connects with the big shot. Only 2 eliminations for 72, but it's a huge victory because that was worth 3 big points. 72 hours was one of our X factors coming into this. He is a consistent player. For him to get it on first game.
Huge game there for 72 hours. Armand was on the low ground. Here are the final moments. 72 hours. He waterfalled down, he just waited, he played the ultimate high ground, knowing that Armand did not have much to work with there, dropped down and connected with the shotty, and that is gonna do it, and that was a green pump as well. Drops on down like a graceful gazelle. Look at him.
An end game for 72, he's gotta feel so elated. Oh, with the biggest prize pool on the line. Way to come out for 72.
And Armand, let's not forget, made the best of a bad situation.
Oh, yes, he did.
He did not have shields for the entirety of that endgame fight. So he was constantly playing out of this like really weird spot, whereas
he
72 hours had so much. Yeah.
It was crazy. Like Aspect and Armand was having just 2 fantastic games. Armand playing the ultimate low. Aspect just dominating
Yeah.
mid-ground. He even took out Saf there, who was our yesterday champion. So for him to go toe-to-toe with Saf, I thought he was going to be able to take it all. But, hey, 72 kind of cleaned up real quick there.
Big win for 72 Hours. He's going to take game number 1. We're going to hear from him right now. Let's head on over to the floor.
Thanks, guys. Yes, 72 Hours. Man, you were playing so confident into that. I know there's been a lot in your head. You've been thinking about a lot of stuff. I've been reading your socials. Let's walk a little bit into that last play for us.
I had hike, and I knew I had way more mats than everyone else, so I just played it slow and then took a pump after I knew he had his AR out. So, yeah, it worked out.
It worked out. You got some points on the board. So I want to ask you, Cease called you out earlier saying he was going to take you out on a 1v1. I know. He's over here. Anything you'd like to say about that?
Who's Cease? I'm just kidding. I love Davis. Cease is the man. I'm just messing with him.
All right. Well, any shout-outs to your community out there for taking that first victory?
You know, shout out to my freaking teammates, you know, Vivid, Poach, Chap. Shout out to Steve, and shout out to everyone at home who is hoping I continue to legit clap everybody, bro.
All right. Well, there you have it, boys.